Good evening. Yo, it's so painful to shoot a video and then the next thing you delete it by mistake because you don't have a storage anymore, and you end up deleting the video that you have done already, and you have to repeat shooting it. Today's topic, I want us to address the issue of parents who cannot apologize. Parents who don't apologize to their children. There is this culture that parents have, that they never acknowledge their wrong. And even if a child speak to the parent and show them that they were wrong in a certain way and they didn't like how the parent handled something, the parent will just keep quiet. A parent can just go like all of a sudden they can't hear you, they can't talk, because some way or other it seems like, I don't know which manual or which Bible the parents they read when they become parents, but it seems like they get this manual that parents, the minute you are a parent, you are not supposed to be humble, you are not supposed to be apologetic to your children. The Bible that we read, it says that children must respect their parents, they must honor their parents. And in the same book, it talks about parents not driving their kids to be angry unnecessarily, not making their kids to be angry, and that parents need to respect them. It's few people, preachers who speak about it. Even in our families, it's one thing that we don't speak about. It seems like when you become a parent, you get a card, a pass card, a VIP diplomacy card that the parent can do and say whatever that they want without sometimes thinking about the child, even when they're wrong. Sorry for that. You find that parents sometimes they contribute to the failure of their or difficult process when their kids are getting married. They become so difficult by having demands which so unexpected and so unreasonable. Okay, let us be honest. I think there are some parents who don't want their children to be married, especially girls. They don't want their kids to be married. They don't want their children to have a home of their own. They just want their children roaming around and everything. But where the problem is when us as the kids also, we don't address the issue with our parents. We sweep things under the carpet, we let it go, because society encourages us not to address issues. So it means it becomes a file. A child will have a file of the things that a parent has done or parents have done to them, because they are not encouraged to speak about it. Because if they address it, it seems like they are being disrespectful. The parent can even call the aunts, bomakadzi, ahani, malume, kotimnene, and all the dog and the cats to say, come and hear, this child is disrespecting me. And the sad part is that the same children of that parent will have their own children and will repeat the same mistake that the parent, how they raised them. There is no that open communication. Parents like communication when a child is agreeing to everything, when a child is listening to what they are saying. But when the child's got different opinion and views, it becomes a hostile. They take it as they act like victims, and it becomes a hostile communication. There's not even a communication. And then it links down to the siblings. Siblings cannot address issues if there's a misunderstanding. If I feel that there's something that my sibling has said which didn't go with me, you find that I don't confront it. I let it be and let it slide. It becomes a culture where you just flash everything and said, let it be, I'm gonna let this thing be. And sometimes they even say, the parent can say, but you know this person is like this, it's not worth it. But what people don't understand is issues not resolved. It becomes like what do I say? You are piling rubbish on top of rubbish. And if you are piling rubbish on top of rubbish, it means at the end there's going to be smell, there's going to be cause damage around it, a lot of things. But communication for me is like a spring water. The more you clean around the spring water, the more you take water out of the spring produces more fresh water. That's how nature is. Even the ocean, when you throw things in the ocean which are foreign, they're garbage, the ocean will throw up those things which don't belong there. We don't address issues with our siblings. And if we do address issues with our siblings, it becomes a confrontation. It becomes the other one won't listen and get to hear what the other one is saying. We are always on defense mechanism. Same it goes with childhood friends. When someone says, you know what, I don't like how you said things, I don't like how you made me feel, I don't like this, then the friend won't listen, because we don't come from a culture where issues are ironed out. I, for me, don't believe it's everything that silence solve issues. Yes, silence must apply to things that don't matter, that don't add really value, and even to people that they don't add value to our lives. But if we're gonna have these people in our lives and then we don't address issues, so how can you be siblings? How can you be a parent and a child and you are friends? You don't disagree openly. You don't reach a point where you engage and you get to understand what the other one likes, what the other one doesn't like. You don't get to understand somebody's personality, and then you don't get for confrontation, if it's confrontation, and there's repentance and there's forgiveness, which means that the relationship is based on fakeness and lies. That's why when we have issues, it's easy for us to go and speak with someone else about maybe my parent, what they did, what I don't like, what my sibling did, what my friend did. Then when it comes, no wonder we have so much broken relationships, because if you are not used to that communication in a home setup, in a people that or friends that you need to be free, how are you going to have that open communication with your partner? And when your partner brings up an issue, is there a room to talk about it, or you become defensive? You feel attacked when someone said, you know what, I don't like this, you made me feel like this, you know what, I'm worried about this. Once a partner says something like that, we are on defense mode. We are always thinking that we are being attacked. We need to improve on our communication. We need to be honest, because most people are walking around with files of pain, of things that they never addressed. You will hear as a person quoting something that happened in their childhood. They will even mention when it happened, when, how, when, after decades, because it was never addressed. And sometimes you may find those things are from misunderstanding. Then in the workplace, it is encouraged for the line manager to be able to speak to the junior, to tell the junior, I'm not happy about this, do it like this and whatever. But it's usually not encouraged for the junior to voice out their opinion. If they're not happy, or the line manager is not treating them well, if they address it, that junior may be victimized by the supervisor for voicing their opinion. But you are always talking about open communication, and then you wonder why people at work, they are miserable. They are miserable because but communication is a slogan. But communication most of the time it's one way. It's not two ways. You find that you were hurt, but by a cousin. They made some comment or whatever. And when I say this, I'm not saying other people. I'm saying all of us, we do it. And when you see that cousin, you'll be just pulling your face like, because you are remembering what the person did. It's like, oh, this one. When they speak or there's a function, you just give them that. Because we don't confront issues. And when you address issues, you don't have to go fighting. You go there and say, I don't. And you don't have to do with this at exactly the same time that it happens. Cool down and then go back and address it. Yes, I'm not saying you must address everything that happens. No, you cannot address everything and you look like a cat that is chasing the insects and the flies and everything. No, I'm not saying that. Then you find the other part of the in-laws. The in-laws, you find they will have two daughters-in-law or whatever. And you find that the one who is talkative, there is viewed as, oh, this one, she has got no manners. Hey, you know, she speaks her mind. Hey, whatever. And you find this one who is quiet. Or let me say passive. They say she's quiet, but she's passive. And they think she's the child. Because she allows them to talk whatever that they want. She allows them to think that she's stupid. Whereas she is playing a drama. She is pulling the strings. And they don't realize that. And her thoughts, they don't even know her thoughts. She will never voice anything about that family or anything. But behind her back, she'll be talking about that family badly. Her heart is not pure as people think it is. I've seen this so many times. I've seen it. I have seen it and I've experienced it. People just think that if you are in a home and this one is talkative, no, this one doesn't have manners, you know, and this one is quiet. You know, water which is still is very dangerous. Water which is not running is very dangerous. But the water which is running, you have an idea how deep it is and what can be. But the one which is just still, you don't have an idea what is inside. Let's broaden our thinking. Let's broaden even the way we do things. And it has to start with parents. A parent, if you are wrong or if you have done something wrong to a child, apologize. Apologize. And you as a child, if your parent is doing something you are not happy about, you are hurt, whatever, address it. Then you have fathers who didn't raise their children, or they were absent, they were there, but they were not there emotionally or even financial or whatever way. And the kids now have grown up and the kids are independent and the children are not allowed. There's no space for children to address what their father did. It's not allowed. You must just swallow it. You swallow it like a Nigerian swallow. There's no taste. You swallow it. You are eating fufu, if you know fufu. There's no taste. You cannot taste it in the mouth. You can't chew it. You must just swallow it. That we are expected to swallow things like fufu. No taste, no nothing. No dealing with it. You are not expected to put food in the mouth and you feel the taste buds waking it up. Your salivating more. No, we are encouraged to swallow things. And this stems from our parents. It stems from the parents. And that children become parents, they continue with the same tradition. So I'm asking, why parents feel that most parents, not all, why most parents feel that they cannot apologize? Why most parents feel that they cannot humble themselves in front of their children? Do they think that will make them less of a parent who lose respect? I'm asking, and I want you to ask yourself too. Oh, it's a beautiful Sunday, guys. Beloveds, it's beautiful Sunday, regardless what is happening in our lives, because there's a lot that is happening, you know, work, death, family members, our loved ones. Some are losing their jobs, some are losing their cars, their houses, some are sick, you know, the angel of sickness is just roaming around. But I want to tell you something. God is still God, even though whatever that we are going through. And we need to pray. We need to learn to pray, to ask God to give us love to love him. I realize that if you don't ask love from God to love him, you won't love him enough, and you won't be able to love yourself and love others. That love, you need to ask it so that you can implement it, because we are carnal beings. There are things that we're not capable of. I hope you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful week. And I hope if you are traveling wherever you are safe. And please don't do unnecessary things. Don't expose yourself to kororo. Just be safe and just love yourself just a little bit more. Just small, little bit more.